Hello, we are the boys. I'm Michalo and I'm a certified level 1 judge in BSS. In this series, I'm going to showcase the basics of the game, advanced rulings, talk over the FAQs, and many more things. So if you want to get the hang of the rules, if you know someone that wants to start the game or wants to level up his game by the book, these series are for you. So grab your coffee and join me.
But before we do that, remember to like this video, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next video.
Today we are going to talk about the game areas. Our game board consists of 8 areas: our life area, burst area, reserve, field, deck area, trash area, which is divided by card and core area, and we have the void, which is outside of those areas determined at the start of the game, and of course our hand. So this is a core, those are our resources of the game. We do get a red one as well, which is called a soul core, which can be used as a normal core, but also it can be used for effects that specify it. For example, we have Nova. In this area we put cores to represent our life. Each player begins the game with 5 lives, so we put 5 cores in this area like so. The soul cannot be placed in our life unless an effect that targets it specifically tells you to. There is no limit on how much life you can gain. If your life drops to 0, you lose the game. If your opponent's life reaches 0, you win the game, they lose the game. So that's one way to win the game. The other way is when your opponent has 0 cards in their deck at the start of the start. We are going to talk about that in a later video. In this area we only place cards that have a burst effect. We place them face down like this. We can place one card at a time in this area. If we want to place another card with a burst effect, we can do so by discarding the previous one. Also, we can set a burst card once it's turn. In this area we place our cores that we not currently use but have entered the game. We can have infinite cores in this area. This is the field. Here we place our spirit and nexuses. There is no limit on how many spirits and nexuses can be on the field. Because we place cores on our spirits and nexuses for various reasons, when those cards leave the field, the cores are placed back in our reserve. We are going to talk more in depth of the card types, spirits, nexuses and magics on our next video. Simply put, this is where we place our deck at the start of the game. The trash is divided into 2 sub-areas, one for cards and one for cores. We place here our discarded cards, used magics, destroyed cards, etc. And here our cores that have been used to pay a card's cost or are placed there by an effect. This area is placed and determined before the start of the game outside of our playmat. There can be an endless number of cores in there. So don't worry, if you run out, you can add more. This is where we keep the cards we draw from our deck. There is no limit on how many cards we can have in hand. As we can see, areas are divided to public and private areas. Public areas are accessible to be viewed by both players at any time. Those are void, life, reserve, field and trash. On the other hand, we have private areas. Private areas cannot be viewed freely. Deck area fits in this category. Lastly, we have the hand and the burst area, which they do fall in the private category, but can be accessed freely by the owner of those areas and not by the other player at any time. So this is for today. We hope that you've enjoyed this video. Comment down below if this video was helpful, and of course share it with someone who needs it. Stay tuned, see you on the next one, and bye bye!